VIPS program,
Yes.
Volunteers in Public Schools. And it was hard to get parents a part of that because you have to go through a background check. We, even though we have to go through, kind of let parents, it's an education thing like, hey, we don't care if you got a warrant or something like that. It's mainly for sexual offenders in that manner. But it's hard to get parents to be a part of that because they think that teachers and schools will use their warrants and different things against them as a power play when they want to do things for their kids.
And
so it's so many obstacles of the mindsets and getting them involved.
And I'm going to hand this back to you in a second, John. But even in a situation like that, yes, let's look at the reality of it. A lot of my students who sit in my classroom, I'm going to say 30% of them have parents that are incarcerated right now. A lot of the parents would have at some point been a part of the system. However, if that is the case and you have a parent that's 10 years, 15 years out from that kind of situation and they want to be involved in their child's lives, how are you going to use something like that to discourage them? Maybe we need to have even streamline that type of process. Go ahead and have those parents in a streamlined, vetted situation and make sure that there are, when they come in to volunteer, there are administrators also on site so that if anything needs to be overseen, there's oversight there.
I would say this, so just so we stay on perspective, one thing that I always try to give the audience, thanks to everybody that's tuning in online as well, is a solution. Because my biggest thing, we can talk about the problem all day long. What is, and I just want you to name one, what is a solution in the educational realm that you feel like that you would be able to accomplish as being a city councilman? What is something that you feel like you would change or something that you can improve on when it comes to education? And I'll let you go first, I'll go last.
You say one word or one response?
Just one response, not one word.
Okay.
Come on now.
Yeah, well, one thing that I would definitely put once in this meeting on the teacher side and the admin side of education. Community. And this gets overplayed an awful lot. This part gets really overplayed a lot, but I think that actually ownership, having us as, say for example, you're in District B, right? You're in District B. Having you as a council member take ownership and say, this is District D, this is the schools in my area, and of course you're doing this well at Alex right here, you're doing this well at Alex already. Great job, by the way. I've heard about you doing that stuff there. But what I definitely will say is the fact that more of that, having a working model would say that too, because for example, I might want to do something, say at the school, maybe I can already know it ordinarily, for example, but I might not have baseline to how to make it work. I know how it works. And so if I see something that you're doing that works, I say, okay, you know what, how can I modify what you're doing here to work for this population, that population? There's nothing wrong with saying I do not know the answer to something. This is why you say, okay, you know what, I don't have to be the smartest guy in the room, but I should be the most resourceful. If I say, you know what, Councilmember Ford, speaking into existence, Councilmember Ford is doing this in District B. How can I implement this in other parts of the city?
For sure, I appreciate that.
I gotta say this because you brought it up, John, you brought it up. But when Lloyd came on the show the last time, he said something that was so powerful, and this is so important. He said, Crystal, when I go out when I start different types of things that I'm doing and I see that they're working, I try to come up with a playbook. And everything I do, I try to write it down so that if someone else in another area or in another city wants to do this, they're not starting from ground zero. This is how we did it. It's simplified. These are the steps that we took, and this is how we got it to be successful. So he's the king of the playbooks.
I wouldn't say king. I would say shout out to Brother Tamani, because between all of us, and I think if we share all of our documents we create between each other, and some may be pointless, but as far as what we're doing, is always just a steady creation and solutions. And some things we may never implement, some things we may never even look back on, but again, it helps us kind of get to the next step. And when I talk about solutions for education, kind of what y'all talking, it's not a lot of people that have access to all these different facilities, these different things. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna open up a floodgate of local nonprofits and have an area for you to give your area. And guess what? Entry into what we're doing is not gonna be how good you can write a proposal, but the work that you're doing. Who are you helping? How are you helping them? Do you have a website? Different checks and balances of accountability. And the same thing we're gonna do with the civic club groups and getting them active in the super neighborhoods, so on and so forth. And I feel like it have to be actionable steps to what we're trying to do.